Hi, everyone. I hope everyone is doing well. I am back for another episode of my monthly long series about closet detoxing and how your closet literally is ground zero for your style. So, today I wanted to talk to you a little bit about how your shopping is literally hindering your style. And sometimes we don't think about that. We just look at the clothes in our closet, and with their clothes in our closet, that's where we kind of think, oh, I don't have anything to wear. Well, I am here to tell you that one of the reasons why you actually don't have anything to wear is because you're shopping wrong. You're shopping wrong, like completely shopping wrong. So, today I want to give to you a little bit of reasons of why and what is causing you possibly to shop wrong so that this way you can get an idea and it might resonate with you of saying, "Hey, I'm doing this in ways that we could possibly correct it." So, if you're coming in today, hi, everybody that is watching. And today I am talking about how your shopping is actually hindering your style. So let's just go on ahead and dive right in. So, number one, you're chasing trends. Now, chasing trends can be exhausting, literally, because you are always going to have to be shopping 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You're going to have to keep up with the latest fashions. You'll probably have Pinterest boards galore. You might have magazines galore. You're keeping up with the fashion weeks that are going on right now. And then again in the fall, because you have to stay ahead of it. Then you have to find where to shop for them, where you could buy them, let alone the money that you have to put into it. And that just sounds exhausting just by me talking about it. And the biggest part of it is of course your time and your money. You have to remember that chasing trends is something that of course you can add trendy pieces, but chasing trends, you're always going to be going for the latest and greatest thing. And you will never be able to just sit down and figure out what your actual style is. Trends are for a short period of time. Your style is something that is going to last forever. Of course, it may change every now and again, but if you have the foundation for your style, the basic for your personal style never goes out of style. Trends, unfortunately, they go out of style. It'll be in style today, but it'll be out of style 2 to 3 months from now. And then you have this piece that you can no longer wear. And you're like, okay, now I have to start this whole thing all over again. So why is it that some people actually do go for trends as opposed to figuring out their style? Now, some people may think that it's easy, but in actuality, it's not because it's costing you both your time and it's costing you, your money. But I want you to see it another way. And when I talk about clothes and style and the closet, I want us to begin to think about it just a little bit differently than what we are used to thinking about it. It may be a way that you see it as being current or hip, but it's really might be actually something going on a little bit deeper. And when we look at our closet as a whole, and when we shop on a whole, and what we'll go through is sometimes it's just a little bit deeper. So it might be something that you want to be seen as hip and current, but you're really hiding something. It may be hiding an insecurity, and an insecurity could be fear of aging. Take me for an example. I am 48 years old. So at some point, sometimes I do have this fear of aging, and you want to look hip and you want to look like in style and in fashion. But really understanding that being at my age is actually a part of my personal style, and that the confidence that I have and really just leaning into that helps me bring all of that forward. It could be not fitting in. When I was younger, I always had this thing of I really didn't quite fit in all the time. So I would try to dress like everybody else, even though I always had this beat that was just a little bit different than everybody else's. And that's okay. And we want to be able to lean into that. And if we tie that bit back into age, we're at a point to where it's almost like I really don't care anymore what people think, that my style is personal to me. And chasing trends, you're always going to be chasing after that. So you want to kind of learn to break free from that and not let it hire. You want your style to bring forth your confidence and who you are as a person, and not trying to catch up and keep up with the latest trends, because again, it will also waste your time, and it will take you and suck you of your money. So we want to always focus on not necessarily chasing trends. Now, can we put trends in trendy pieces into our wardrobes? Absolutely. But we don't want a full wardrobe or full style full of trends, because then you really won't have anything to wear with chasing trends. So number one, it is chasing trends. Number two is stress relief. And I'm definitely guilty of this. So, shopping is actually a form of self care, whether you want to believe it or not. And when it's done in moderation, that's a good thing, because I might have a stressful day at work today. And then I can say, well, on top of that, it's National Fragrance Day. So, because of my stressful day, I'm going to treat myself to a nice new fragrance that I've always wanted. I tried it out in the tester, so now I'm going to go and I'm going to go on ahead and I'm going to buy it. That is a form of self care. But it could also at the same time be a bad thing when it's overdone. So, when it's overdone, that every time you turn around and you're stressful, you're at the mall, you're online shopping, that is when it becomes a bad thing. And that can cost you money. And your money's thrown out the window, and you're going to turn around in a couple months from now and you're going to be like, why did I buy this again? This doesn't go with anything. It was a waste. And you'll think of it, what, this was a waste of money. But you also remember, when did you buy it and why did you buy it? And it was probably one of the stressors that you have. So you want to think about it as a thing that you do every once in a while. It's sort of like food, because I will also eat. I'll eat. We use eating as a form of stress relief. Well, shopping is the exact same way. So we want to be mindful of anything that's overly stressful, and as long as we're doing it in moderation and finding healthy ways to deal with stress. So one of my healthy ways now is going to the gym. So guess what? I can stay in the clothes that I currently have and buy the size, that I want to buy for when I am going and building out my wardrobe. And if you want to see me as I go through the process of revamping my wardrobe, let me know in the comments below, because I'm actually considering doing that. And I want people to actually see a fun process. And I don't think it's ever really been done before. So let me know that in the comments. But also back to the stress relief, just making sure that we just find better and helpful ways. And you want to be mindful of when that happens, so okay, maybe I need to curb this with that. So number two is stress relief. And last but not least, we're actually shopping for therapy. Shopping for therapy is different than stress, but it can kind of bleed over into that. If you're shopping for therapy, meaning that your shopping habits are replacing you actually going to therapy for something that is much deeper. So it could be around your happiness. Are you happy? Whether it's at your job, whether it's in relationships, whether it's with life in general. It could be companionship. It could be security. It could be loneliness. It can be a plethora of things when it comes to replacing shopping with actually going for therapy, because it's a super quick fix. It's something that makes you feel good in the moment. But then when you turn around, you're going to look at all of the stuff that you have. And sometimes this does not just pertain to clothes. And none of this really just pertains to clothes. So I always want you to be mindful that you could put this in for anything, because it can help keep you company, and it can actually keep you distracted from the real issues that we may or may not want to deal with. So what does that look like? And I can definitely give you an example of that. So an example of that would be is back in January, my sister passed away. So I might be dealing, I'm dealing with grief. So I might replace, say, going to grief counseling and replacing that with shopping and dealing with the super quick fix to make me feel good in the moment because I'm sad. I might be angry at the same time. I'm irritable. I'm all of these things and not dealing with it with shopping as opposed to sitting down and actually going and talking to someone. And I highly recommend, because I've been through it before, if that is what you need, I am so for going to that, because we don't want to replace it, because what will happen is people go into debt going and using shopping as a form of therapy, and you may have these large credit card bills, and even if you're paying for cash, when you go to the counter and they say, well, if you open up a credit card today with insert whatever store you're at, and you can receive 20% off and you can earn rewards points and all this stuff, it will sound like a good thing in that moment. But then when you turn around and you're shopping and you're swiping and you're shopping, yes, you may have got that 20% off. Yes, you may have accumulated a lot of points, but you also accumulate debt as well. So we want to keep that in mind, because it will just make whatever it truly is, it will actually make it a lot worse in the long term. So we can't always hide from our problems, even though we would like to. But when we start shopping for therapy, that also incurs, you're going to impulse buy. It's really easy now when you have the internet at your fingertips and you can go through and scroll through and buy from Fashion Nova, Shein, Express, Nordstrom's, Macy's, whatever it may be, Amazon, wherever and however that may be. We want to begin to think of how we're doing this so that we're not hurting ourselves in the end, and we're masking an issue or problem that we don't want to deal with. And we want to be able to take control of that way, because then guess what? You really won't have anything to wear and you'll be sitting at your closet looking like, what is all of this? Where does this come from? And at some point, there's going to be a breaking point to where it's going to force you at the end of the day to face it. So we don't want it to be the issue to become bigger, and we need to have and find the resources for that so that does not happen, because there are stories of reformed shopaholics, and a lot of times they'll tell you they were shopping because there were deeper issues than just shopping. So to recap what we were talking about today, and we were talking about how shopping is hindering your style and that you really don't have anything to wear because your shopping is actually part of the reason why you have nothing to wear. So, number one, it's chasing trends. Chasing trends will keep you on this hamster wheel. You're going to have new outfits, new clothes. You're buying new clothes every season, every 5 to 6 months. Having trendy pieces in your wardrobe is good and it is okay from time to time, but you don't want to make that a habit, because again, and this is for all three, it's time and it's money, especially with chasing trends. It's going to be money, time, not money, but time more so, because you always have to be looking and on the lookout for new things. Number two, stress relief. Shopping is a form of self-care, and that's okay when done in moderation, but you have to be mindful of the triggers of what your stress is, and you may want to replace shopping every now and again with a good, better habit so that you can relieve stress more on a regular basis. And number two, shopping therapy. This, when it becomes and it goes from, say, stress relief, shopping for stress, and now shopping for shopping therapy, there's a much deeper issue and a much deeper void that we or you are trying to avoid, and you don't want to avoid it, because it will lead you to more time, the money, and you don't want it to prolong what you should do. So if that is ever you in any way, shape, or form, please take it from me. I've been there before and I'm going through it now. And it's like, you know what? It's time to get help to deal with the actual real issue. So then, guess what? When you're ready to really build your wardrobe, because we want to build them based on intention and we want to be in a good place for it, that you will have one of the best wardrobes that you could have ever imagined for yourself. So I hope you all enjoyed today's live stream. I will be back next week, and we're going to start next week with actually, now that we've covered why your closet is kind of ground zero and what's hindering you with your style, I am actually going to be able to now talk to you a little bit about, give you a little sneak peek of how now we've done here. Now we're going to go to the next part and how to actually build that wardrobe. But if you are looking to actually need help with taking control of your closet, I have something for you. So down in the description box below, I am actually opening up two services to help everyone get their wardrobe under control, because we are women that are leaders. We want to put our best foot forward, and we always want to look our best no matter what that means for you, because your style is personal. So I am actually offering two services now. One will be helping you plan virtual closet planning, which is helping you create a plan to clean out your closet, not creating creating actually going in and building out a closet. No, maybe one day down the line. But right now, I just want us to get a tackle and a hold on building and creating and making a plan for you to follow, to help get you on the right track to creating space for you to actually create the wardrobe that you want. And most importantly, just to clean out your closet so that you can breathe and that it is a space that brings you joy and will allow you to now become a little bit more creative for when you're ready to create your style. The other offer that I will also be offering is an actual closet detox, to where I will actually walk you through. It's a little bit more than that, because I feel that this is all of a process, but all it will actually walk you through, everything from your closet review. It will help you with, cleaning out your closet. And with that particular service, not only can we do that virtual, depending on where you live, I will actually be able to come to you and actually help you clean out your closet, because this is not an easy task to necessarily be done alone. So I also have that as well that will help you. And then helping you a little bit with building the foundation of your style. So that for the closet detox, two separate ones. Be sure to check them out. If you are interested, you can always send me a DM, or you can schedule a consultation call. And with all of that being said, I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your day. Stay healthy, stay safe, and I will talk to you next week in the next video. And Karen, I do see your email before I go, because I almost forgot. I do see it, and I will put that on my list to do, to walk you through how I go through the process of creating my style. So be tuned for that. If you're on Instagram and you are not following me on YouTube, be sure to do that, because that will actually be one of my YouTube exclusives. So with all of that being said, I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your day. Stay healthy, stay safe, and I will talk to you guys next week in the next live stream. Bye, guys.